Hey everybody, it's Sam Utari here, and welcome back to another Guild Wars Let's Play. This should be part 6. Now, do you notice anything different? Do you? Okay, well, I will tell you, I got, yesterday, after I got off for doing part 5, I actually went into the catacombs, and I managed to find the Crichton gloves, and I managed to find the Crichton boots, which I don't have any dye for, so they're gonna look pretty boring for a while. But yeah, so if we go into my inventory here, you can see that they look a lot different from the stuff that we had before. We had our brown gloves, brown boots. The Crichton boots, normally what the Initiate's gear, it's what you start with, you get plus 5 energy and armor 5, and these things give you armor 7 with the energy plus 5 still, so it's not a bad deal. They're not like the greatest or ultimate things, but they're not bad either. So today we're just gonna do some random quests. We have to do the Wayward Wizard, so we're heading towards the area which is Wizard's Folly. First we're gonna stop in Foible's Fair. Now I feel bad about going and getting the gear without showing you guys where it was and who collected what. I got the gloves from the Skeletal Limb Collector, which is right when you go into the catacombs. Right before you head into the catacombs, she's kind of like standing there like in the middle of nowhere, and then you of course have the Gargoyle Skull Collector, which is in a deeper part of the catacombs that I didn't show you, and because I have not shown you all of the catacombs and you didn't get to see all that lovely, nice stuff, I decided that I'll probably do a run on my main account with my monk and kind of just give you a tour of the catacombs whenever I come to it, or get around to it, basically. So today we're doing the Wayward Wizard. I still can't stop yawning, like, I don't know, whenever I'm not in a good mood, I'm just tired and I just want to sleep all the time. It's not the best feeling in the world, so still not in that magical mood. I've been using that expression a lot, but that basically explains how I feel. I forget what's up here. I think it's just I don't think it's a bear. So basically we are training to be a, no, is it just a moa bird? No, it's a scaled brood color. So we are training to be a ranger, or we're going to be a ranger eventually, and we are going to get a pet. The only thing is that pre-searing, you really can't get a pet that's really worthwhile. You get a choice of like a warthog, a strider, a Melandru stalker, which is the cat, which is the main pet, and I think we'll just keep that just for whatever sake, just because you need it in a quest later on, and then we'll switch it out for something different. I was going to give him a warthog, but I think one of my other characters already has a warthog. So, on our way to Wizard's Folly. Now we have 2 quests that we need to do here in Wizard's Folly. And then there's actually a little town that's not actually a town in itself, but there's some quests there as well, where we can get things. Now, the reason why we're here is because we need a bear pelt, and also we have to find that one girl's brother. So we have a choice of what we want to do. We can either go after the bear pelt first, which I'll probably do, just because there's bears over here. And then, of course, we have to go into a town which is up here. It's called Foible's Fair, and we have to go there. I'm stuck. Okay. And then we have to go there in order to talk to this girl named Relena Stormwind or whatever. And we have to talk to her. See, there's a bear. Should probably summon this. This would be a good idea. So, obviously, enemies in this area are going to be a little bit higher level than what we're used to. I'm just going to see if I can get a bear pelt from this black bear. If I can't, I'll find a different bear. Because I want to go and I want to see if I can show you, today what I want to do is I want to switch out the monk powers for, Elementalist Powers, but in order to do that we have to get to the Wizard's Tower in Wizard's Folly. Okay, so we did not get a bear pelt from him, so we gotta go over here. This isn't like World of Warcraft, you can't just skin them and take their pelt. You gotta wait for them to drop it, so it's a good thing this is basically bear country. Come on. Kill it. Oi. Killing bears takes forever because they have this move that'll knock you down, and you can't tame a bear. Like, even though it is technically a tameable animal, you cannot tame it. Do I have to toggle the mission? Like, I don't think I do, seeing how bear pelts drop, like, all over the place for no good reason. Even after you already have one, you get, like, 5. Okay, I stole your health. I'm beating the crap out of you. No, you just... Brutal mauling, that's what knocks you over, I think. No? I don't know what it is, then. Because there's a move that the bear has... Thank God. There's a move that the bear actually has, which knocks you over whenever you're trying to tame it as a pet. Because trust me, I would have loved to have a black bear as a pet, like earlier on in my other characters, but I had to wait because in Pre-Searing there's no way to tame a bear, and I don't know why. But they make it impossible for you, even though it is technically tameable. I bet there's a way to do it, I just don't know how. So, okay, so up here there's a collector. He collects icy lodestones, and I want to see if he has anything that I can use, like if he has any piece of armor I might need, because I still need the leggings and the chest piece, because the headpiece, enchanted lodestone, but I need icy lodestones, which you can only get from the ice elementals. But I still need the chest piece, and I still need the leggings for this necromancer armor, because like I said, the headpiece you can only get by giving Gwen 50 red iris flowers, and no one has time for that. Don't mean to like throw memes in there, but seriously, like I'm not gonna sit here and play this account until I get 50 red iris flowers just to get a piece of armor that I'm gonna replace in post-searing. Now the thing is if you plan on staying in pre-searing, you know, like I'm doing with my monk, like it's a good idea to go ahead and have that armor, you know, the headpiece and everything all completed. But if you're not gonna stay in pre-searing, then there's really no point in getting it, because if you collect materials ahead of time, you're basically on your way to getting the new armor right away, so it's not anything you really have to worry about. So in this little passage, there's the town we need to go into for our quest, but up here is the collector. Now, if you press U and go to your mini-map, you'll see that there's a collector here, even though my little toggle thing's over it. But you'll see that there's a collector here, and you'll see, because it's a bag, and then if you, like, take your mouse over it, it tells you what he's collecting, and he collects icy lodestones. Do this in every area where you're not sure. Kill it, kill it. No, I need icy lodestone. Ice elementals don't always drop icy lodestones. Like I said, the drop rate for him is very low. No, see, he only offers the Crichton gloves, which I already have, so it's a big disappointment for me. I mean, I'm glad I don't have to collect icy lodestones, but at the same time, it's still rather disappointing, because I wanted to get the chest piece or the leggings. I believe one of the things is going to be in Regent Valley, which we trade for the spider legs, which is why I've kept the spider legs in my inventory for so long. I'm going to go ahead and salvage some of this stuff. Might as well. So this is a quest item, this needs to go here, this I can sell, these are all like salvage craps. Okay, so Foible's Fair. It's a nice little outpost. I love how I never found it until like my second like peruse through pre-searing, but that's just because I wasn't paying attention. So you have Vassar here, who I believe is a mesmer trainer. Yeah, I believe he's a mesmer trainer, and then you have Relena Stormbringer, which is an elementalist trainer, and that's about it. The Wayward... I am Relena Stormbringer, master of the elements, trainer in the art of magic. What would you like to discuss? Wayward wizards. I can tell you where Orion went. He headed out northwest past the road. He thinks he'll find some royalists there, but Vassar thinks it won't work. I hope he doesn't get himself killed, but he can't expect me to go tromping all over the mountain looking for him. Alright, so basically, Orion obviously is torn between this political war of is the king rightfully the king, or are the barons supposed to be the kings because of their bloodline, yada yada yada. And so he's kind of caught in the midst of this political war, which if you don't really like read up on it constantly, you're going to get lost on what's really going on in this world. It's not really anything you have to worry about most of the time, but I do it just cause. Everybody's going to be saying I'm wasting my money on this. So anyway, we're trying to find Orion before he gets killed. We're trying to bring him back home to his sister. and basically Relena is the girl that he fancies and that he's been like trying to court or whatever, and she's been ignoring him. Now the cool thing about Orion is that later on he becomes a henchman that you can use in Post-Searing. He becomes your Elementalist henchman, so it's pretty cool that you save him in Pre-Searing, and then later on you can go find him in Post. Blah blah blah. So in order to find him, we have to go around this long route. I want to go up in the mountain to explore the Elementalist Powers, but we're going to go ahead and complete this mission first. And after we complete this mission, I'll go ahead and tromp the mountain and show you what's all going on in the awesome land of the Elementalist. Like, the Elementalist power set's not really a bad one. I don't really have anything against it. It's just, when you pair a spellcaster and a spellcaster together, you really have to be careful. I know that right now I have a Necromancer Elementalist, which I wish I would not have paired those two together. I wish I would have paired something like Necromancer Ranger or a Necromancer Monk or something, because I believe, like, this right here, I believe is a really good set. The only reason I'm doing Ranger is because I like the idea of having a undead horde mixed with a pet companion that'll maul you to death. Plus, I just fancy having companions in general because I believe that there's strength in numbers. So that's just my personal philosophy of things. So there's not really much to say about this mission, is that when it comes to Guild Wars missions in general, and it's not just this one, there's always a lot of walking, because as I said, you have no mounts. And while there are professions that do have moves or skills where you can speed yourself up and run across plains faster in battle, those really are not going to do you any good. The only thing they're going to do is allow you to escape if you want to try and escape faster, and I honestly just don't see the point. Yeah, today I just put up part 5, and so I'm already recording part 6 because it's my day off. Why not? What are you doing, dude? Turn around and fight the bear. Suck his health. Thank you. That's the only thing I don't like about this game, is that occasionally it does glitch out. Okay, so I do want to make a point to show you this area here after we kill this black bear, which is going to come into my bubble. Is he going to come in my bubble, or is he going to stay on my bubble? Okay. So I don't think he's in my bubble right now, but this area right here where this pond is, this right here is actually an entrance to part of the catacombs. So this is what I mean by secret entrance. In order to get the Moa bird, I always go in here to get Pitney's bird, because it just leaves you in a really good spot to find it. So, I mean, like I said, this is one of those cool ways that you can enter the catacombs without having to go the long way. But yeah, I don't know. I wish I remembered what Necromancer armor is made out of. I know I could look it up, but the thing is I just have been too lazy to look it up. Because the thing is like, I'm not sure whether I should be getting more, like, raw hides, or whether I should be getting, like, more iron ingots, or chitin fragments, or whatever. Because, like I said, each piece of armor is made out of different things. Stop getting sucked. Thank you. So each piece of armor is made out of different things, so naturally, you know, you want to get more materials of what you need rather than the things that you don't need, but you'll see in Post-Searing why I'm so worried about getting materials, because the thing is, like, I checked my my Zunlai chest yesterday. Basically, whenever you open a bank in the game where you store your items so that they're not on you, but you still have them, whenever you open a bank, the thing about it is that the bank is open to all characters, so if I deposit like 6 worn belts into the account on one account, then I can easily log into my other account and get 6 more worn, and withdraw those 6 worn belts that I just deposited from another character. So it's useful in that sense, but at the same time, you gotta really be careful, because you don't want to sit there and like deposit a whole bunch of resources from one account, use them all for another account, and then have nothing left over for the original account in which you deposited the resources from. And of course, like I said, you'll see this, because I checked my Zunlai last night on this account, and I really don't have as many resources as I do on my main account, because this account is mostly just for Not really for show, but I don't really know how to explain it. So here's Orion, camped out in the middle of nowhere. And it's weird because in post-searing, he has white hair. So I don't know what made him age so rapidly over like 7 years' time, because he's actually pretty young now, but he obviously had like a panic attack and all of his hair became white. How dare you come here and threaten me? Don't think I'm afraid of you, but I see no reason to kill you now. Perhaps you have something of value to say. State your business quickly. What's this? Basar is at the fair, cozying up to Relena? Curse the day I was born. What am I doing out here? The revolution will have to wait. So basically, he thinks that Vasar is like cozying up to his woman, and that's the only thing that made him left. So we've officially completed this quest. So now we can complete the bear pelt. We can complete the Wayward Wizard. But the thing is we're not going to go collect those right now because I do want to explore the Elementalist Powers, and I do kind of want to show you what an Elementalist can do, because we still have time. Because I want this video to be a little bit longer than my last one. I know I kept it really short and sweet. Oh, you can also train wolves to be pets, by the way. So, and I would train a wolf, because a wolf is really cool, but like I said, we'll need the Melandru Stalker later on. So, go ahead. Go ahead, I'll just deathly swarm you, and it'll hit the other girl too, so you know. You'll both be affected. And now you're gone. And now I'm focusing on you. And I'm just gonna suck your life. Thanks. And now he's gonna attack me. And I'm gonna steal your life too. Yep. Okay, well that was easy. So, like I said, there is a town here, by the way. And then I believe that this right here is a cave where there's a guy hiding out, but you can access it from here. Well, those are a bunch of bandits. I don't want to deal with them. So, we're gonna go ahead and go this way, because we need to get to the Wizard's Tower. Which there are a bunch of wolves here, so that's the only thing I don't like. I find that fighting animals is generally a lot harder than fighting humans. Humans tend to go down a lot faster than animals do. I don't know why that is, but it is. So this mountain in itself can actually be really confusing. There's no like drawn out paths like there is in the other parts of the game, so you're kind of just wandering around and guessing. Like we just saw, there's some bandits up there. The farther we go into the mountain, the more snow there's going to be. Obviously, this is about as snowy as it's going to get, except for like the few bits of shrubbery. But yeah, I definitely don't like snowy areas just because. I'm trying to find the tower. I usually don't come from this way. If you go on the path that is directly by the, I'm gonna die. Yeah, I'm gonna die. Heal me. Heal me, heal me, heal me, heal me. Heal me. I killed this dude. Oh shit, I died. Well, that was uncomfortable. Hopefully I'll go back to the frickin' lodestone dude. I know I dropped 2 items, but I'm not really worried about it. But I've lost my fire imp unless he came with me. Oh, he came with me, I think. Did you? No, he did not. So, my imp's gone. I can't really bring him to me. I don't have a death penalty, because of course, this is, the pre-searing, and they don't give you the death penalties until after you already enter post-searing, since this is still considered the tutorial. I don't know why. I thought level 5 was a lot higher. Like, I thought it was high enough in order to take on these enemies, but I guess not. And I'm gonna have a long, drawn-out battle with the Elementalists, since they take forever to take down due to their magical nature. Okay, can I have a icy lodestone at least? No. Jerk. So I'm probably not going to go back to the place where I died. I don't even know where I did die. See, that's the only thing, is that unlike WoW, where they tell you to go find your body so you can, like, go where you last left off, Guild Wars doesn't really do that. So, yeah. So we're just going to go over this way. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Go into the tower. Gonna have some fire. Towers. I don't know where I was going with that, but I'm in one of those random moods. I don't know how many people die in Pre-Searing, but I kind of feel stupid because on this account I'm being so lazy. Like, I'm not even trying to, like, pay attention and do everything that I would on my main account just because it's Pre-Searing and because I already know that I don't really get in trouble for dying, so I'm not really worried about it. I don't really use death magic for anything, so I mean, I'll go ahead and do that just cause and kind of even it out a little bit, but I really just don't need it. I should have just put it back in blood magic because that's what I'm going to be using most of the time. And like I said, your attribute points you can change at any time, so it's not like it really matters what you put it all into. Okay, so welcome to the Wizard's Tower. This is where all elementalists are trained, which looks totally crazy, but then again, every magical institution I've ever seen does look crazy. So once you make it to this tower, you're going to go up to this chick right here, Azure, or however you want to say, or Azure. She's going to teach you the elementalist skills so that you can try them out. Obviously, she is attuned to fire. You can tell by her outfit she's attuned to fire. Now, when it comes to elementalist powers, you have power of the wind, power of the earth, power of fire, and power of water. Now, the thing with the different types of magics is just different things that they do. Power of the earth and power of fire are more physical manifestations, whereas power of the wind and power of water are more status effect based. So I feel like they were better balanced in Guild Wars 2 as far as having both physical effects and statistical effects. But in Guild Wars 1, yeah, you basically have to know what you're doing because you're going to be using a lot of attribute points for a whole bunch of different things unless you literally know what you're doing. So, time, life, truth. Do you bring the Order new knowledge of any of these things? The Elementalist experiment. Perhaps you can help me with a spell I am working on. The Order has asked me to investigate the disciplines of water magic, and so I have worked very hard to ready this place for the final casting. But each time I attempt to cast my wards, ice beasts appear and attack me. I have to stop what I'm doing to fend them off. I will give you the skills necessary to defeat them, if you can just keep them from hurting me too much. I should be able to finish my researching the ward against harm spell. What do you say? I'm going to try and summon my imp again, but I don't think it'll let me. There's already an ally, blah, 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 blah. I don't have him with me, so I'm kind of, like, concerned. I am ready. Teach me elementalist skills. Cool. So now we have the fire skills. And obviously we gotta go and do all this shit. And they're all gonna try and attack her. So basically I'm doing this whole rain fire thing. And I'm hoping that this, like, works. Or a restoration, whatever. Whiff of blah blah blah. See, I'm not really good at this kind of stuff. So already we have, she's being attacked by these things that are causing her harm. And I have no way of stopping it, really. So I'm just going to cast a fire spell, hope it takes care of them. Fire, elements, this is like Pokemon. Like, elements do work in this game. So obviously, you know, if you have an ice monster and you're using fire against it, it's going to be really, really effective. But if you're, you know, using ice on an ice monster, it's not going to be very effective, and so on and so forth. Firestorm. Now hopefully you all, like, go and die and blah blah blah. Okay, so now I can attack these guys. Deathly Swarm, which should attack 2 of them, but there's only, like, is there 2 of them, or is there just 1? There's just 1. Okay, so that was that. So, I mean, it's just a brief moment where all hell breaks loose, you're being attacked, she can't get hurt too much, and usually, as long as you just pay attention to the horde, attack them in swarms rather than just attacking one at a time, you should be okay. It's pretty easy to complete. So, we're going to click on her. Well done, the ward works, but it's still very unstable. It will no doubt take me years to perfect it. Your understanding of magic use is impressive. And then she asks you if you want to be an elementalist, and I need more time to decide. So yeah, okay, so now we're wandering around basically with Elementalist Powers. We have the Firestorm, which rains down fire, as you saw, and it deals 5 fire damage each second. It hit foes adjacent to the target's initial location, so anything in that ring where fireballs are falling, things are going to get hit and things are going to get hurt. You get your Aura of Restoration, which is an enchantment spell. It lasts 60 seconds. You gain 0 energy and are healed for 200% of the energy cost each time you cast a spell. So basically, you cast a spell and you're healed because you cast a spell. So it still takes from your mana, but it basically takes what you took out of here and puts it in here. So it's a weird type of healing loop. I don't like them. Like I said, it takes strategy, and I don't like strategy. You get the Glyph of Lesser Energy, and your next 2 spells cost 10 less energy. So because you're so dependent on your mana here, like, you're gonna need things like this a lot. And like I said, all of the spell casting shit, it takes a lot of strategy, and I don't like it. So anyway, so we're basically done here at the Wizarding Mountain. There's really nothing else. I know that there's a cave over here, which usually has a hidden stash, and I usually go in there to get icy lodestones, because there's a hell of a lot of ice elementalists in there. But because I don't have my imp with me, I'm not really comfortable with it at the moment. And honestly, I kind of just want to turn in these quests. So we're going to go back to Ashford Abbey so we can turn in the bear pelt, and then we're going to travel to Ascalon so that we can get the receive the experience for doing the Wayward Wizard. I want to salvage some stuff too, kind of just get it out of my inventory. I always do the worn belts because you can never have enough hide squares. I'm going to do the Warhammer because it should give me an iron ingot, which you can never have too much of either. And then the rest of the stuff I'm going to sell because I do need more gold because I haven't been picking up very much gold. So I don't have enough to buy a salvage kit even if I wanted to. Icy Lodestone, Fireworm, Storm Artifact, blah blah blah. And then of course keep my spider leg. So I just now have like enough for a salvage kit. See, that's the only thing, like, as you're buying salvage kit after salvage kit, you're actually spending more money than what you earn. And so, before you go into pre-searing, or I mean post-searing, or whatever, make sure you have a good amount of gold on you. Like, try for at least 100 gold, just to kind of get you started, because if you think gold is hard to get now, like, once you get into post-searing, gold is extremely hard to find. It's hard to get, it takes a while, and basically where people are always farming for, you know, materials, you're also going to be farming for gold, because, it's not pretty. Hey, we have your big bear cloak. Oh, that's a lovely pet. Wait here, please. Alright, here's little Tom's cloak. Can you take it to him? Now, little Tom is all the way, let me see my map. He is all the way over here in the Barradin estate, and we do not have access to that area right now. We'll be traveling there next because that has the warrior things going on with it. So we will definitely have to go there because we have to learn the warrior skill and have that on us, which the warrior skill is not going to do us any good because, well, it's a warrior skill, and we can use a sword, like we can hold a sword, but it's not really going to do us any good as far as actual fighting goes, because we don't have the attributes to actually use it to its full potential. I don't know, I'll explain it whenever I get to it. Praise Dwayne, I'm so relieved to know he has left the Royalists. I feared he was lost to us forever. Yeah, good for you. So we accept that experience. And I think we are actually pretty much done with the quests here in Ascalon. I'm not really sure we get any more quests. I know that we get a quest that has to do with asking people how they feel about the king. And I'm not sure, I think Sir Titus gives it to us, but I'm not really sure. So really, all we have left right now to do is little Tom's big cloak, which I want to find the quest where you ask who should be king, because that's going to be right in that area. And I think that's all we have to sell too. Yeah. So we're doing pretty well, actually. We're actually getting through stuff pretty fast. I'm impressed. But yeah, I do believe that we don't really have... Oh, he's going to give us the quest for the second profession, I believe. Armin Saberlin. Sir Titus wants you to take on a second profession before you face the Char, right? I think he's right to say so. A second profession gives you access to all the skills and most of the attributes of the profession. This is a big decision not to be taken lightly. You might wish to see trainers for several professions, which is what we've been doing, and learn a little something about them before settling into one. Not just any trainer can teach you a second profession, but I can direct you if need be. I'd like a second profession. So then he asks you where you want to go. We're going to go to Warrior next, so he's going to take us to War Master at Grast. Because we've already tried the Mesmer, we've tried the Monk, we have now tried the Elementalist, we already had Necromancer as a primary. Now we're going to try Warrior, and finally we're going to settle into Ranger, because I like that combination. So, yeah, I honestly think that that's just about it, really. Huh, interesting. So, honestly, this video has gone on pretty long. I don't really want to go into the warrior stuff without having things to do, like, all in one section. I'm sorry that these videos have been kind of, they've been pretty short, I guess. So, I don't really have any motes that last really long, so I'm just going to go ahead and end it on this note right here. But this has been Sam Atari playing Guild Wars. Thank you for tuning into part 6, what I believe is part 6. I'm sorry about these videos not being very entertaining. I mostly want Pre-Searing to be pretty much informative for you, so that you can kind of get the gist of things before we go into Post-Searing, and then everything kind of goes crazy. So go ahead and hit like if you want to see more. Leave a comment down below letting me know what you want to see in these episodes. Hell, you can even leave me a comment letting me know what colors you want him to be whenever we start getting into the different types of armors and etc. Because Necromancers get some pretty cool armors, especially the men. And lastly, go ahead and connect with me online. I've been posting up blogs on different things. I compare original games to their sequels. I give game reviews. I do blogs just posting about my life and other random things going on. I also talk about my recording updates so that you know when I'm recording and etc. All special things like that. And lastly, have a nice day, everybody. But this has been Sam Atari out, and I will talk to you later. Alright, ciao, you guys.